Hello, my friends. Today I want to give you a couple different ways to redirect away from symptoms and help you to understand what the point of this is. A lot of my clients end up getting in tug of wars and see redirection as it can become this way of running away from symptoms, or people get confused. Well, why do I need to redirect? Like, does that mean that there's something wrong with the symptom being there? If I'm still aware of it, is something wrong? So the key here to understand, there's different ways of doing this that work for different people, and here's why. Your brain and nervous system, when you're in stress chemistry, are already in a state of overwhelm. And imagine like a table that's just completely full of books or something like that, just already stacked to the limit. And there's also the feeling of threat that comes with that stress chemistry. That's how your brain is perceiving this. So when we focus on anything negative, including the sensations of our symptoms, I like to call that the tiger in the body. The brain sees those sensations as a threat. And the purpose of redirecting is to help the brain understand that the sensations being there is not a threat. That's the point. And in this, again, there's people in both camps. For some people, our systems are so overwhelmed already that if we pay any attention to symptoms, it's just one more book on that table and we start spiraling out. We completely exit. It's like the table breaks. You just hit that point of like, you're lost in a trauma loop. It's not productive. It just puts your system into an absolute state of chaos. And for some people, they're not in that position. They have enough nervous system stability. Everyone's got a different baseline of nervous system stability, even starting out and at every point in their own personal journey of rewiring, that for them, it's actually easier to stay with the sensation. So I'll explain the difference here. For some folks, so like I've done before, let's call it your symptom is like a dog sitting next to you on a couch. And you're kind of cuddled up, and now you know the dog's safe. This is your dog, this is your pet, you know they're safe. They're sitting there. And for those, if for you, you're in the camp where paying attention to symptoms triggers you, noticing the sensations, focusing on them is triggering, then basically what you're wanting to do, instead of pushing the dog away, that's not what we're doing when we redirect away from the sensation. We're turning our attention away from the feeling of the dog breathing on your leg to what's happening outside the window. You're taking your attention and shifting it somewhere else to something positive that's calming or uplifting or soothing, and away from the sensation itself, and then eventually it becomes less noticeable. The dog breathing, the warmth of their, body on your leg is not going to feel as pronounced when all of your attention is somewhere else in something that's engaging. That's what redirection is. We're not shoving anything away. Now, for some people, that doesn't work very well, and it can feel genuinely, not in a false fight response manner, but genuinely just like it doesn't work and they're kind of at war or feeling a sense of conflict. And if this is you, if you have the ability to stay with the sensation, the message is the same, regardless of which tactic you use, that the bottom line is we're saying that this sensation is safe. It's okay that it's here. We don't need to focus on it or worry about it because it's okay that it's here. So the second way you do that would just be taking a moment to notice the warmth of the dog and notice them there and just be with that until your brain realizes, oh, it's okay. And you want to really be conscious of really setting that intention mentally and in your heart that it's okay that this sensation is here. I can just be with it. I don't need to push the dog away. I don't need to look out the window. It's okay that it's here. I can just sit with that. And ultimately, the goal in either way is to help our brain understand that this sensation is safe. And then the next step is that our attention is freed up to engage with something constructive. That's really the ultimate goal of redirection, is to free your brain function to be able to engage in life. It to be, painting or coloring or listening to music or a podcast or doing, crocheting something or doing a task around your house if that's in your training zone or whatever you're doing. Talking to somebody else, whatever, doing a round. The point is to free your attention. So, and this is part of where, again, our brains like to keep an eye on symptoms, because it's almost like if you had that dog and you're introducing it to a brand new baby for the first time, you'd want to keep an eye on that. We watch things that we're uncertain about. We watch things that we think where something bad or something dangerous might happen to something vulnerable. That's what we keep an eye on. And that's why we're not focusing on symptoms a lot. And even somatic tracking or being with the sensation is simply to help you to feel comfortable with it so that your attention is then freed up to focus on something else. So those are a couple different ways, and hopefully this clarifies for all of you why you can hear advice in different directions, and ultimately what the purpose of redirection is, which is just to free your attention and reassociate the symptom as a safe experience to have. Love you guys.